We have some breaking news coming in. Barely a day after a 2-1 series defeat to South Africa, Virat Kohli has stepped down as India's Test captain. Kohli took to Twitter to announce his decision. He said, and I quote, "It's been 7 years of hard work, toil and relentless perseverance every day to take the team in the right direction. I've done the job with absolute honesty and left nothing out there. Everything has to come to a halt at some stage. And for me as Test captain of India, it's now." Kohli has been India's most successful Test captain with 40 victories in 68 Tests. He also led India to ICC World Test Final 2021, led India to #1 ranking in Tests, won back-to-back Test series in Australia. The Indian Cricket Board has also congratulated Virat Kohli, thanking him for his admirable leadership qualities that took the Test team to unprecedented heights. Now, for more on this big breaking in the world of cricket, joining us now is our sports editor, Digvijay Singh Deo. Digvijay, thanks so much for joining us on the phone lines. This is, of course, big news coming in today for Indian cricket. Tell us more. Kohli has taken to Twitter a rather emotional tweet coming in. Tell us more.
Well, I'm just trying to remember sudden resignations, Priyanka, and it just takes me back to the man Kohli's mentioned a lot in his resignation letter, as well as over the past 1 week, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Kohli became Test captain of India right in the middle of a series in Australia, with Mahendra Singh Dhoni resigning as captain and retiring, in fact, from Test cricket on 30th of December 2014. That thrust Kohli into the spotlight. And no one expected this. Let's be extremely honest. There have been a lot of issues between Virat Kohli and the Indian Cricket Board with regards to his removal as one-day captain, which happened in December. But the indications were from all concerned parties, including the Cricket Board, that Kohli would continue to lead the team in Test cricket, and why not? He's barely put a foot wrong. He inherited a team at a time when Indian cricket barely won Test matches abroad, but Virat Kohli took India to the final of the ICC World Test Championship. Virat Kohli won back-to-back series in Australia. India are leading a series right now in England 2-1. It's a big surprise, and I won't be surprised, Priyanka, in the days to come if we hear that the issues with the BCCI led to this.
Right. That actually brings me to my next question. I think everybody is wondering, gauging from the tone and tenor of his tweet, he's spoken about the absolute honesty with which he's worked over the years, his relentless perseverance and more. So I think what the big question on everybody's minds right now, Digvijay, is what could have prompted this big decision?
Well, just let me take you back to a sequence of events starting with June last year, I beg your pardon. India reached the final of the ICC World Test Championship. They went down to New Zealand. It sort of saw an alarming trend in Indian cricket that this team, which has dominated world cricket across formats, had not won an ICC trophy under Virat Kohli and the then coach Ravi Shastri, who many believe to be Virat Kohli's appointment himself.
Right.
That sparked a lot of sort of debate within Indian cricket. And Kohli sort of preempted all of that by saying ahead of the IPL that he was going to step down from the T20 captaincy, but he wanted to captain in one-day cricket. We then saw what happened in December when Kohli was removed as one-day captain, and that sort of saw a war of words between him and the BCCI president, who's also former Indian captain in sort of Ganguly, with Ganguly saying that he had spoken to Kohli and asked him not to step down, and that once the decision was made, India could not have had two captains in white ball cricket. And clearly Kohli then came out before leaving for South Africa and contradicted everything Ganguly said.
Right.
So that has played a huge factor, and there was a lot of speculation as to Virat Kohli actually, wanting to go out on a high. He wanted to win the series badly in South Africa because this is the one place where India had never won a Test series. India were not playing against the best South African lineup in recent years, but despite winning the first Test, India could not win the next two Test matches, and that disappointment is there as well.
Right. Now, I think a lot of fans, there's a lot of Twitter buzz, of course, around this move and around this decision. Was captaincy essentially impacting his performance? Was India's bad showing in South Africa another reason for this? I think there's a lot of speculation and conjecture at this point.
Well, speculation and conjecture, Priyanka, has always been around in Indian cricket, you know. And to be fair, Virat Kohli carried a lot of power in Indian cricket. Let's not forget the time when he was captain also coincided with the time where the Indian Cricket Board was at its lowest. It was reeling from the sanctions imposed by the Lodha Committee. The BCCI had been disbanded. It was being run by a committee of administrators. And this was where Kohli was the be-all and end-all of Indian cricket. He was captain across formats. But I think over the years, as the BCCI sort of grew its power back again, Ganguly took over as president, the board sort of wanted to be the power behind the throne once again. And when the results didn't sort of go in India's favor, especially in the big tournaments, and this can be said without any sort of person coming out and saying it, is that there was a lot of disappointment within the Indian Cricket Board, within the cricket establishment, and all those people who sort of followed Indian cricket, that this team under Kohli and Ravi Shastri, the previous coach, could not win any major ICC silverware. And that is something which Virat Kohli, even though he will be remembered as India's most successful captain in Test cricket and across formats, the fact remains he could not emulate his sort of guru, captaincy guru, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, who won the World Cup in 2011, the T20 World Cup in 2007, and the ICC Champions Trophy in 2013. Virat Kohli, lots of wins in important matches, Priyanka, but when it came to the ICC trophies, none.
Digvijay Singh, the our sports editor, joining us on WION this hour. Thanks so much for all your insights, Digvijay. We'll, of course, continue to track this story. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.